caution. Wasn't even 2 minutes into the race.
Right.
And we had the one caution where the car spun around.
Yeah.
Right.
That bunched them up.
Yeah. It didn't make a difference.
No, but
with
he
clear
took off
racetrack.
again.
With clear racetrack, it didn't make a difference.
Nope.
The 83 car was clearly the fastest car on the track. And there's nothing, I don't think anybody that was there would argue that. Okay? The fastest car doesn't always win. And that was proven Saturday night. Okay? Now, Chadwick led the entire race in dominating fashion. Really didn't look like anybody had anything for him until he got to the tail markers, or, the back markers, with 2 laps to go. He gets there. The couple of previous laps before that, Colin Weinbarger, the Superman car, had broke out of traffic and started to reel that 83 car in.
Yep.
Okay? We were watching it. We were kind of...
And he was doing that a little bit before 2 laps.
Well, and here's the thing. They were running 2 very different lines. Weinbarger he found something down in the gutter through turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He found something down low, and it worked to his advantage big time because that Superman car was BA fast on the bottom.
But, also Chadwick was running that left front wheel right on the berm.
Well, he had to.
Bottom, in the beginning of the race. And then he moved up.
He moved up, and then he came back down when he saw some color. Okay?
Yep.
He's the leader. The line is his until it's taken away. We're going to talk about this, okay? Now, once Weinbarger had reeled him in, he went to work on the bottom. And it was very clear from everybody there that's an experienced racer or fan that have watched races, there was only one line Weinbarger was going to use to pass Chadwick, and that was on the bottom, and he made that perfectly clear.
Yes, he did.
Okay? Their entries were a little bit different. You watch how they entered those corners in the video, and Weinbarger's turning that car a little bit more to get down on the bottom, to load that car up on the right rear. At times, the entire left side of the car was up on the berm. Okay? Chadwick's trying to protect that line. Weinbarger gets down there. There was a little bit of contact made. I'm not saying it was dirty. I'm saying it was contact. It's dirt track racing. That's going to happen, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Agreed.
Now, contact is made. I think it might have rattled Chadwick a little bit, which is hard to do. That guy's a veteran race car driver. He's good. He's good. He's gonna be fast everywhere he unloads. He's proven that time and time again. Regardless, the next time around down the same spot, Weinbarger did it again, got up underneath him, and drove away.
Yep. But now, in Weinbarger's defense here, I'm not defending him.
Well, there's nobody accusing anybody. Yeah, there's
well,
nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But I was just saying, we watched that video.
Over and over and over.
And if you watch the video that's posted, when you see Weinbarger coming in from the back and coming up and goes by him, you don't see Chadwick's car move whatsoever.
Not at that point.
Yeah.
Not when the pass was made.
Right.
And it was a clean pass. It was a clean pass.
Was.
Now, there's going to be people that argue prior to that, the contact might have been a little aggressive.
What driver out there is not aggressive?
Okay, first and foremost, again, we don't come on the show and trash and talk bad about anybody. We just don't. I mean, unless they deserve it, we will. I'm not afraid to say the truth. But we know that number one, Colin Weinbarger is an aggressive driver. He always has been. Don't plan on that changing. That's his style. Now, he's fast. He's talented. He's smooth. But he's aggressive. Okay? And he knew what he had to do to win that race. And I think he did the only thing he could have done other than spinning Chadwick to win, and he got the job done.
Yep, he did.
Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
Everybody that watched that? Okay.
Yep.
Now, once he got by Chadwick, Kellen wasn't going to get underneath him. Kellen was not going to get out of that Superman car because Colin knew he was going to try to do the same thing. Okay? He tried down in turns 1 and 2. It didn't work out. Colin gets the win. Kellen Chadwick led that race until they were coming out of turn 4 with 2 laps to go. Heartbreaker for him. So we knew how fast he was. It was just that moment in lap traffic that held him up. Weinbarger took advantage. He's going to do that to you.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I heard, and you guys did too at the track. We all heard it. There was discussion of, dirty driving. Weinbarger's too aggressive. He door slammed him. Kellen Chadwick was clearly upset when he did his interview. I want to talk about that because there's 2 sides to that. Okay? I understand how and why Chadwick would feel the way that he did.
Yep.
But I also understand why Weinbarger did. And here's the thing: I don't want to say that move was dirty. Aggressive, yes, absolutely aggressive. But I don't think being a race fan, being in racing as long as we all have, that there is anybody at this table that would call that a dirty move.
No.
Okay.
No way.
Not at all.
Now he could, because here's the thing: Weinberger could have drove into that corner hotter than a hooker in church and spun him.
Yes, he could have. But
He didn't.
He had full control of that car.
And if you go back and look at and I'm glad you said that, Gary. I'm glad you said that, because I want you to, those that are listening, go onto Moxie Media Promotions, watch the video out the back side of the 83 of car of Chadwick. Okay, you'll see exactly what happens. Like Ed mentioned earlier, the pass itself was not dirty. It wasn't.
No way.
But it was highly aggressive. Okay, I can see how some people would say it was, though. I can see how some people would argue that, hey, listen, that's racing, and that's racing. That's how it goes. We're going to talk more about this scenario later on. That's what I was talking about in the beginning of the show. Go on Moxie Media Promotions Facebook page. Video's up. Watch the video. Post your comments. I want to know what you guys think, you listeners out there. I want to know what our listeners think about that particular pass, because we've got it from multiple angles. We've got it from the tower. And in this particular video, we didn't put the sky cam on this one.
No.
We just did the tower, and we did the rear view camera. Okay.
And we made sure and edited that so it would be fair and square going
fair
through
and
the
square.
turn.
Timing is butted up perfect. It could not be a smoother transition from different angles. Okay. You're going to see the whole thing trackside and from the tower. I want you guys out there listening to tell us what you think about that pass. And be honest. Be honest. If you think it's dirty, say you think it's dirty. If you think it was a clean veteran move, say that too.
I don't think it's going to be along the lines of Kyle Busch, where his famous words he said on that one race, well, they're racing too hard.
Well, okay, so
That
here's
is
the
not
thing.
dirt track
Here's the
racing.
thing. Here's the thing. And you guys know me. I'll say it how it is, okay? That move, whatever you have to say about it, whoever you are,
It was textbook.
wherever you're from, whatever you have to say about it, say what you want. But it's not going to bother Colin Weinberger or anybody on that team.
Nope.
Okay? Those guys, and this is their famous line. This is what they're known for, okay? And Sandy, okay, listen. People are talking to us. People are talking to us after the show. You guys were all packing up. Fans, we're walking out. And people are saying, oh, that's dirty. I can't believe that guy made that move. Da-da-da-da. The Weinbargers have a line, okay? They have a line they use. I'm going to let Sandy say it, because this is how they approach their racing program, okay? And this is what Sandy said to a couple of fans, okay? And it's not out of line. It's because these guys say it themselves.
We're not here to make friends.
That's their line. That's
true.
their approach. We're not here to make friends. We're here to win races.
Yep.
Okay? I think with the comments that are going to be made on the video on the page, I think you're going to see about a 50-50 split. Okay? And this is why I say that, because it's not the pass. It's not the pass that was dirty. It's the what happened, the laps prior to when he got to him, that anybody that could call, if anybody's going to call anything dirty, call it what you want. I just think it was good hardcore dirt track racing. That's what they're going to say. That like lap or two prior, when he got him and he had the car up on the berm, a little bit of contact when they were side by side. There's going to be people that call that dirty.
Look at that
Okay?
video.
Go look at it.
Go look at that
Decide
video.
for yourself. Decide for yourself.
My vote is for the C-boy, the C-man, because I don't think he did anything other than being aggressive. And
Sure.
it was a textbook move. He stayed down at the bottom. He drove the car through. And I was, I'll be honest with you. When I was watching that video, I was watching for a shake or a bump.
We
on that
watched
back
it.
end,
We watched it,
and I
rewound it,
couldn't-
and watched it.
I mean, all the way through the race. Once he got up to it, you'll see the car coming up to him as Colin's coming up and catching him. Even when he dives under him a couple of times, you don't see that car bump. You
No.
don't see a vibration. You don't see a jump. If he'd have come up and side doored him or hit him in the back, you'd have seen that camera move. I didn't see it.
And that's the thing is I didn't see it either. Okay, and now that was during the past. There was some contact prior. Okay,
that's in there too.
But here's the thing about that contact. At no time did Chadwick lose control of his car.
Nope.
At no time did Weinbarger lose control of his car. Nobody got out of shape. You know, it was. Hey, that's racing.
It was tight racing.
And I want this to be known as well. I want this. One of the modified drivers that we respect highly is Kellen Chadwick for his accomplishments behind the wheel. I mean, this guy is a phenomenal driver. Okay. To pull that off against a guy like that, that's one hell of a move. That's a heck of a way to win a race, you know. And I think once Chadwick calmed down, had a chance to really break things down. I know he was emotional in his interview. Okay, there's two sides to every. There's perspective is a funny thing. Okay, I think when he sees this video, he might have a different perspective. But Kellen Chadwick is Kellen Chadwick. He's kind of like, I mean, he approaches dirt track racing the same as Colin kind of does. It's kind of the Earnhardt mentality.
I ain't here to be your buddy.
No, I'm not here to be your friend. We're not here to make friends. We're here to win races. That's our job, and that's what it was. He did. He won the race. Other highlights from that race: 39 modifieds. Okay, there were 39 modifieds in attendance for the IMCA modified division, and our top 5, obviously Weinbarger with the win, Chadwick for second, Jesse Williamson.
He drove a heck of a race.
Oh man, watch the video. See, now it was funny because him and Weinbarger side by side for a long time.
Yep.
Weinbarger down in the gutter, Williamson up on top. You know, I mean, two very different lines, two very talented race car drivers. And it was a great race for multiple laps of those two guys. Jesse finished third. Fourth spot went to Zach Fettinger in the number 88. And we've seen him multiple times this year at Southern Oregon Speedway. And I said it before, not if he wins, when he wins.
That's the number 68 car, right?
88.
88 car.
88.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And rounding out the top 5 all the way from the Bakersfield, California area, Jerry Flippo in that number 13. And you'll see a lot of that on the video. He was fast. He was fast all night long and was one of those guys that easily at one point could have walked out with the win because of the way traffic played out. He ended up 5th. But a top 5 against that field of cars, I mean, you're talking about arguably the best modified drivers in the Western United States. Not all of them are there, but most of them. You get that many good drivers together, and you walk out with a top 5. That's an accomplishment in itself. I believe that. That's a tough field of cars. Anybody have anything to say about that?
No, I think it was just a good race. It's a very good race.
It really truly was. It's probably going to be, okay. I think it's probably going to be the most memorable race, at least to this point, so far.
Well, it's the first time I was on my tiptoes up on that wall in turn 3 watching the race.
Well, I say that, but we're going to talk about something else later on in the program, okay?
But now the super late models here a couple weeks ago was a pretty good race too.
Right.
But I think this was by far more exciting.
Oh, man. When you got that many good cars, I mean, all together, phenomenal. Sport
that was
mods.
So exciting to me. I didn't know which ones to keep videoing. I mean,
we noticed.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out, well, this is good over here, but this is good. And
well, there was a couple times that when we were editing the video, there's this great race going on for the lead with,
and I go somewhere else.
And he backs the camera. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then he realized I give it, and he got back over there, and we didn't miss much of it. But man, I just like
that's some things I got to work on.
You're doing all right. You're doing all right though. Sport mods were in the house. Sport mods and Jordan Broughton in the 84.
Yep.
Got a 3rd win this year at Southern Oregon Speedway for career win number, I want to say 104. 104 career wins for him. Hornets. No, sorry. Dwarf cars.
Dwarf cars.
We had our dwarf cars, that misprint. The dwarf car race was every bit of as exciting as the modifieds.
And I'm going to try to get that video up probably tomorrow.
We're going to work on that. We did see Camden Robastelli start on the front row. with Brock Peters.
Yep.
I don't care